I'm Helen Pike, and like the sign says, welcome to Okotoks, a community that has had to suppress how much it grows compared to other municipalities around it because of lack of access to water. Well, that is now changing.
We were at about 1.43%, which is the slowest in this Calgary metro region. The next closest to us, it was Cochrane, or no, it was Airdrie actually at 4.5%, and then Cochrane's at 5.6. Chestermere was at 4.8. So it's substantially different than our other regional neighbors, and it is totally driven by our water policy.
Ed Sands, a former town councillor, was there for it all.
We said we're going to stop growth somewhere around 25,000 people. The water we had, the water licenses in the Sheep River provided for about 25,000 people. If you looked at all the land that was annexed inside Okotoks, that could develop at current densities to about 25,000 people. So that was our magic number.
Sands says Okotoks built a bit of a culture for responsible water use, investigating any waste like leaks, water main breaks, even a watering schedule to help conserve in the summer.
We got to a point where we could have more people in terms of treating their wastewater. Then we said, hey, instead of going out with R1 housing, why don't we go up with R2, R3 housing, and then we can have greater densities in town. So then we got to 30,000 people. Everybody thought that was wonderful.
Still, growing pains were an ongoing saga for Okotoks, with headlines like these. And then a pipe dream turned reality, a water project that will give the town more wiggle room, set to open next year.
Yeah, so we've got a Foothills Okotoks regional water pipeline. It's 25 kilometers of pipe that is going to come from the Bow River in partnership with our county. And so it'll bring water to the town of Okotoks as well as to their water treatment plant in Aldersyde, which will give both of us some flexibility to do some growth in this region.
So what's the plan? The town wants to aim for an average annual growth rate of 3 to 4%, which in 25 years would mean a population of more than 70,000 people from its current 33,000. In online Facebook groups, there's opposition and worry. Will Okotoks lose that small town feel? Infrastructure, can it support more people?
If this was a nasty, controversial plan, I'm sure I would have heard traditional municipal growth is always a leapfrogging. We have so many people that were outstripping our services, so then you build more services, and money is precious, so you don't build your services that much ahead of your need.
The mayor says growth will help them invest in things like rec centers, attract local business and jobs.
We really would like to see us get to that 80-20% split between residential and non-residential. We've always struggled with that because when you want to attract industry or bigger business development, they want certainty, and water's always created a level of uncertainty.
As for that population estimate, Okotoks, a town of 70,000 in 25 years.
I'm going to say that's completely consistent with where we were when we the projections when we decided to go from non-growth to cap growth to traditional growth. That those numbers fit. So I'm not afraid of those numbers.
And the small town feel.
I hear this a lot, that small town feel. Reason why many people chose Okotoks is a small town feel.
She says a small town feel is up to the entire community, not just the local government. Helen Pike, CBC News, Okotoks.